Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Saturday to each and every one of you. My freaking podcast app is not cooperating right now. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, we'll have to try to figure that out another time. Hope all is good. Listen, has XRP bottomed? Is the bottom in for XRP? We're gonna hear from someone who's telling a big who's got the full picture. You're gonna want to listen to this too. I'm telling you, this is interesting. XRP, nothing but pump and dump charts for the last 2 years or so. Nothing but pump and dump charts. What the world? So also, listen, I'm thinking that this recent buyback of shares from Ripple was about the CME listing, the price listing, and a notification from the FASB. I'm thinking that's what it was about. I'm thinking that's what this whole buyback thing was about. It was after and because of the price listing from CME. Remember when they announced the CME announced this price listing for ICP and for the digital asset XRP? Remember that? Well, kind of falls in line with some of the stipulations from the FASB. That's what it's feeling like. Interesting. What's going on, Noah? Noah Cockwell. What's up, Siege? Hope you're doing well. Doing outstanding, bro. How are you? Yeah. Jordan says the FSAB are candy liquors. So I think that's what it's about. I think that's what it's about. I just happened to think about that. Remember that. I looked it up. I'm going to share it. But the ultimate thing is we need to know is the bottom end for XRP. We got to find this out. We got to figure out what's going on here. I mean, market is doing what it does. I dollar cost average into Solana again. Got it on a regular set it and forget it thing. Set it and forget it over there. We're going to go with the numbers because the market is doing what the market does. If you guys can stomach it, I'll share the numbers. Oh, not good, bro. Not good. Hope you get better soon, Noah. Jordan says, nah, the bottom is in September. The bottom in September. I hear that. I hear that, my friend. We're going to hear from a world-renowned TA guy. And what he has to say is interesting about XRP. Paul Bogo was in the building. How are you, bro? Appreciate you guys checking in on a Saturday. For sure. Let's go over these numbers real quick. Because my guy, this world-renowned TI guy, he's going to share for a minute. So we got to get into some stuff. Let's cover the market. You guys said you can stomach it, so I'm going to share it. Looking at my meme coin play. Let's refresh CoinGecko, find out what the world's going on. Orca token, the platform that has a token, Orca, is up 31% in the last 24 hours. Isn't that interesting? Well, according to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is 2.57 trillion, up 0.5% in 24 hours. 2.57 trillion. The Bitcoin dominance is at 51 or so percent. Bitcoin is trading at $67,055 again, and it's up 3.5% on the 30-day. Ethereum is trading at $3,509 again. And it's down 0.1% on the 30-day. Solana is trading at $173 again. And it's up 30% on the 30-day. How about that? XRP is trading at 59 cents again. It's up 21% on the 7-day. We have weeks, in my opinion, before we can get that giddy everyday excitement about the digital asset space. I don't think stuff's going to pop off until October, maybe September, begin to pop off. And we still got a whole 2025 of movement, but we got a whole, 12 months. 12 months. It's looking like things might not top until the fall of 2025. Hope you guys got some DeFi positions. Hope you got some daily income coming in every day, because it's going to be a while before we can cash in on the wind moons. It is going to be a while. So there it is, fam. The market, it's doing what it does. It's doing what it does. I was on this guy's thread here. He's got some interesting stuff. The smoke guy. Interesting stuff here. Institutional investors use crypto value equations to maximize expected returns. This is a sneak peek into the high-level topics we will be tackling head on in this week's community discussion. Institutional equations that aren't seen publicly, confidential crypto asset valuation models that can give retail the exact pricing of crypto assets they are invested into, the exact price. These are the highest level of institutional documents to show exactly how the elite value crypto assets. Very interesting. He's got a little thing there on school. Got a little thing on school there for you guys to check out. Now, he's sharing this thing about Tether and Bitcoin. It's been long rumored about that connection with Tether and Bitfinex. Right? It's been long rumored, man, Paul Bogo. Says the chart shows the flow of Tether and Bitcoin to and from Bitfinex over a specified period. Let's break down each part of the chart and its significance. Take a look closer at the Bitcoin blockchain, panel B. Okay. The time period is March of 2017 to March of 2018. March 1st, March 31st. It's showing that the largest recipients in the pie chart, which displays the top recipients of Bitcoin on Bitfinex from other exchanges labeled by their wallet IDs. One LSG red section is the largest recipient, indicating significant Bitcoin transfers to this address. It's a major red flag, he says, right here. Significance to Tether's role in the Bitcoin price manipulation. The market is manipulated just in general. I'm going to show you a bunch of trading bots manipulating, slamming on retail on the XRPL. Slamming on retail on the XRPL. It's well known that the exchanges front run their clients, trade against, more importantly, trade against their clients on exchanges that you're on. They trade against you. So Bitcoin price manipulation is no different than trading against you on your exchanges, than bots on the XRPL. Just got to understand that. Concentration of transfers. The chart highlights a few wallets receiving a substantial portion of Tether and Bitcoin. This connection suggests that these wallets play a crucial role in the flow of assets. Exchange intermediaries. The intermediary wallets linked to exchanges suggest a mechanism where Tether is distributed across different platforms, potentially to buy Bitcoin. Possible manipulation. If large amounts of Tether are used to purchase Bitcoin, it can drive up the demand and price of Bitcoin. The significant inflow of Bitcoin to Bitfinex from other exchanges could also indicate coordinated efforts to maintain liquidity and influence market prices. Yeah, feels a lot like traditional finance and Jamie Dimon and the boys over there, what they do, right? So there's this chart here. The Tether files, confirmation that Tether is a stablecoin that is used as an instrument of speculation and feeds the Bitcoin bubble. All assets are instruments of speculation. So feeding the Bitcoin bubble, this has been, we've been hearing about this in 2017 for sure with the ties to Bitfinex. So it says here, however, although this is not their stated purpose, SCs could also be used as an instrument of speculation, stablecoins. Indeed, it is likely that Tether fed the Bitcoin bubble. Griffith and Shands in 2019 test these two hypotheses that can account for changes in the price of Bitcoin and volume of Tether over the period from 2017 to 2018. According to the first hypotheses, consistent with the above observation, Tether's demand would explain the increase in its volume. According to the second one, Tether's increase in volume will result from an artificial increase in price. The issuer of Tether, who also owns the Bitfinex trading platform, owns the platform, was suspected of having exploited the inflation in the price of Bitcoin to replenish its dollar reserves because it did not previously hold the dollar equivalent of reserves necessary to guarantee all of the Tether issue. The increase in the volume of Tether in circulation would thus have reflected price manipulation and not as would be expected in the normal operation of a stable coin, increased investor demand. This has been long rumored for sure. And you somewhere along the lines, you would think that if there's this type of manipulation and this is the thing that is Bitcoin and there is no other thing, and that Operation Choke Point is live and well, don't you think they would have been all on this by now? I mean, that would be the biggest discovery ever, right? I don't think it matters for BTC that, if Tether is doing something in coordination with Bitcoin X. I don't think it matters, especially not at the point where BlackRock has entered the space. That ain't gonna matter. So interesting stuff from Smoke. He always comes up with some interesting stuff to ponder. Now, look, this is in a book called The Future of Insurance. Don't know why it's in the book, but it talks about how Ripple, R3, two examples of developing world disruptions impacting development world businesses, developed world businesses, R3 and Ripple. In both cases, these companies are using blockchain to replace SWIFT network, the standard protocol overseeing international banking transactions. So that is still a goal, I would imagine. I mean, Ripple's got this blockchain infrastructure thing going on, which is interesting to note. It's very, 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 very interesting to know. But I wanted to point this out to you guys. Let me see here first if I want to share this. Yeah. So remember this news here. The Motley Fool put this out, but this is from CME. Ripple, parentheses, XRP investors just got some bullish news. This was from July 17th from the Motley Fool. The XRP, crypto XRP currency, commonly known, is earning some fresh respect on Wall Street. This is from the Motley Fool. They kind of made their way. I think they originally was in the Maryland area. I mean that proverbially, of course, the noon sign of respect actually comes from the financial district in Chicago. On July 11th, the CME Group and CF Benchmarks announced two new cryptocurrency reference rates and real-time indexes for Ripple and Internet Computer, ICP, beginning on July 29, coming up. This development highlights, again, it's important to note that the Motley Fool, is reporting this, and the CME is the one who actually did the benchmark pricing. This development highlights the growing integration of digital assets into mainstream financial markets and underscores their increasing importance in the financial market. It's also a direct vote of confidence in Ripple and XRP. They're talking a direct vote of confidence in the digital asset XRP and ICP by some very traditional voices in the investing culture. The introduction of reference rates and real-time price indexes for XRP and ICP is a significant step for these cryptocurrencies. The new pricing services don't come from some shady outfit in a dark alley. Formerly known as the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the CME has provided prices and financial derivatives for various commodities since 1898. It is the gold standard of derivative marketplaces, renowned for its rigorous standards and reliability. These benchmarks provide transparent and reliable pricing data, enhancing the credibility and utility of XRP and ICP in the eyes of institutional investors. The pricing standards of crude oil, soybeans, physical gold are now available for XRP and a few other cryptocurrencies. For XRP, this move could lead to its increased adoption in financial application and remittance services. Its speedy execution and low transaction costs offer a competitive advantage with the support of respected data sources for current prices. The CME Group's global services are particularly interesting for XRP, whose main reason for being is to allow efficient transfer of money across international borders. Listen to this part. With standardized pricing, financial institutions might find it easier to integrate XRP into their systems. Potentially driving up its value and market presence. And the reason why I bring this up, the Motley Fool is, Motley Fool is a, what would you, I mean, like they're like an advisory firm, right? It's big, they have clients and they recommend stuff and world-renowned, did their thing back in the day for sure when they came onto the scene. So the fact that they're referencing this and putting this out is huge. And this is to, this is just a hint of some of the stuff that they, just a tad bit of what they would give to their clients, their subscribers of the Motley Fool newsletter, et cetera, et cetera. And you can see here, they got smart investing, markets, companies, cryptocurrencies, technology, and personal finance. These are the different areas that they cover. And cryptocurrencies and technology, two separate things there. So, and then he talks about the same thing for ICP as well. So, I mean, I think that's really, really big that they point that out there. I mean, that's really sounding the alarm, if you will. That's kind of giving the heads up to people who might not understand. It says, with standardized pricing, financial institutions might find it easier to integrate XRP into their systems, potentially driving up its value. And then we got a guy Smoke here talking about how the institutions use these pricing models, right? Where is that at? They got a little formula for the pricing models, which I thought was interesting. See if I can't find that. Institutional pricing models. I should probably just go to his thing and get it that way. Let's leave that there. Yeah. Institutional investors use crypto value equations to maximize expected return. You see what I'm saying? You see how this is tying with the CME and the fact that they decided to do this institutional pricing for XRP. This is a sneak peek into the high-level topics we'll be. Okay, that's awesome. But it's a formula, it says here. Institutional investors are risk-neutral agents that maximize the expected returns on their portfolios given a value at a risk constraint. They invest in both crypto assets and equity and thus choose their holdings of crypto assets to solve the following maximization problem. Institutional investors' optimal investment in crypto is positively related to the expected payoff of crypto assets and negatively related to the variance of crypto returns. The covariance of crypto returns with returns on equities and the tightness of their financial constraints. And again, this all speaks to the CME and doing this standardized pricing. So the institutions look at that. That's a signal of a valid asset. It's a signal of a valid asset that they can look to for gains, to look to add to their portfolio, to look to take advantage of the market the way that we take advantage of the market, whether that's longing, is shorting it, whether it's investing in it and holding on to it. That's what the Motley Fool is saying here. And the important part is, it's the XRP is stepping into another thing in terms of its pricing. These benchmarks provide transparent and reliable pricing data, enhancing the credibility and utility of XRP in the eyes of institutional investors. And I think this is why Ripple went ahead and did this buyback on their things here. It's because of the valuation, example of valuations for XRP. And this is some of the issues, and this is for some of the reasons, right? So remember, this new FSAB guidance could significantly increase reported values. It says in December 2023, the SEB released this thing here, ASU 2023, which contains several relevant sections pertaining to digital assets. The headline has been that companies who hold cryptocurrencies will report them at fair value. In the body of the statement, the FASB indicated that there would be no exclusion from fair value reporting for crypto assets that lack an active market. And topic 820 provides guidance on various factors that would impact the fair value of crypto assets. The FASB also explained its decision not to offer any measurable alternatives to the assets without a quoted price in an active market. And since that has now happened, in my opinion, for XRP, I think this is why Ripple wanted to have and hold more XRP than what they previously had. It says the results of this guidance in our Ripple company example could be to cause the financial statements for a potential IPO of Ripple to reflect the market price of the XRP token and result in a market estimate of value much closer to the theoretical full price of 28.6 billion. And they say here secondary market pricing, tender offer, and then the theoretical full. So it's 4 billion, second tender offer, 11.3 billion valuation. Theoretical, 28.6 billion. And this is why I think they did it. When they got that word there, it says here, actual value slant price of XRP, 46 billion units. Actual market price, it says 60 cents per token actual. Got secondary, got tender, and then we got the theoretical full, 27.6 billion or 60 cents per token. This is why I think they're in preparation for this IPO and its valuations. Whether that be sooner or later, which type they do, I'm not sure it really matters. It's going to be interesting to see if they do some type of tokenized equity IPO. That would be interesting and fascinating. Mickey B. Fresh is leaning in that direction. So that would be very interesting to see. I don't know how they pull that off. We'll see. Is it because of something that they got going on with Zonic? Is it something because of what they got going on with Archax? I don't know. But that is interesting. Let me get to the chat before I share this phenomenal breakdown of XRP and whether or not it hit its bottom. I mean, I'm talking, what the world? All right, Jordan Norvell's got some messages deleted. What's going on there? What's going on there? What's going on there? Okay, got it. I got it. Hey, Joseph C is in the building. How are you, bro? I think in September as well, Siege. Yep. What is Jordan doing? What's going on here? What are you doing, Jordan Norvell? The real big Will's in the building. What's going on, fam? At the gym popping it. Oh man, I hear you, my friend. At the gym popping in. Got that workout in. I did too, bro. Good for you. Keep it up, my guy. Keep it up. Yeah, they got the pricing wrong, of course. Of course. You talking about the pricing, Paul Bogle? He said they have gotten a lot of this wrong as well. It's like gold and silver, sure. What's going on, legendary? Quincy Jones, Soyakaze. Quincy Jones told everyone that the wild card for XRP in the XRPL was the derivatives market. That's why I believe the gold stamp from the CME group was important. There you go. No, no, no. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. You don't have to reverse anything, legendary. Not oh, it's on you, bro. I didn't get to see it because I was I was reading. So no, I trust you, bro. That's why I trust you, my guy. No worries. Thanks, Gary's in the building. How are you? How are you? How are you? The real big Will says case over is incoming. IPO incoming. Yeah, yeah, I can see it. But this is, now that I remember the CME pricing thing, and I got to read it from the Motley Fool's perspective. Again, they deal with they deal with that stuff. The institutions. It makes sense why Ripple is looking at, trying to get that valuation. Now the case is it going to be that 60 cent valuation at 27.6 billion or not? Is the bottom end for XRP? We got to find this out. Thanks, Gary says we need our time back. Indeed. Indeed. Let's listen to my guy here. It's a little heavy, so be prepared. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
Hi, Leslie. Hope you're well. I thought I'd give you a very quick update on the whole XRP situation here after this most recent bounce.
And by the way, you're going to want to stay to the end here to get to. Yeah, you're going to want to stay to the end. So grab your favorite libation. I have mine. I have some of that matcha. Got some of that matcha. And take a listen to this, dude. This is something.
That it had, as you can see there. So the big question I'm sure you're wondering is, okay, is this the bottom on XRP? Is this this major rally we saw on XRP most recently? Is this the end of the downtrend and the beginning of a potential uptrend? Or is it like most rallies we've seen on XRP in the last year or so, which have actually gone nowhere, essentially like a pump and dump, like you see here? Because as you can see here on this chart, there have been several failed rallies on XRP over the years. For example, this rally that occurred here, this massive spike in price you see here, occurred in July of last year. And by the way, there was some huge good news on XRP, but look what happened afterwards. Immediately after the good news about XRP, and by the way, many exchanges like Coinbase relisted XRP after this piece of good news that came out, but look what happened after that. It collapsed. You can see right there. So this is why, guys, we have to remember markets are not rational. Okay, they're not predictable. They're not linear. So we have to remember that when it comes to chart analysis, because so many people out there think mistakenly that markets like XRP and Bitcoin are rational, that they're linear, that if good news comes out,
linear. I think you're saying, linear, right? So anyway,
price will go up. And if bad news comes out, then price will go down. That is not the case, guys. The markets don't work like that. Again, let me repeat, the markets are non-linear. They're chaotic, they're unpredictable, they're uncertain. So please do not think in these linear terms that if good news comes out, then therefore the price will go up and so on and so on. This is nonsense. All right, guys, let's dig into the chart of XRP. What I want to talk about is this the beginning of an uptrend in XRP? What's going on here? Is this rally impulsive? Is it composed of 5 waves? And if so, let's look at the Elliott wave model as well. Plus also have a quick look at this weekly chart of XRP and what is it telling us as well. And also very interestingly, what Google Trends about XRP is telling us as well. All right, guys, join.
All right, hold on a second. Let me do this real quick before I forget. Let me do this real quick. Hold on a second. I gotta make sure I give credit to this dude. You know, make sure you get credit here. So let's do this real quick. Do that real quick. All right, so that's done. Oh no, I gotta. Now it's done. All right, let's get back to the video.
All right, guys, welcome back. So before we dig into the charts, I want to first of all show you something very amusing and fascinating. Whenever XRP does something huge, like for example, the recent rally, we always see the typical questions come up, as we can see here on Google Trends. Look at this most recent one. First of all, this one was very confusing to me because I couldn't figure out who is Brandon Biggs. He's a guy that is predicting that XRP will go to $10,000. So obviously a lot of people have been interested in him. Usually you get to see these kind of things on Google. Why is XRP up today? Brandon Biggs there, and why is XRP going up? And these are search terms that people are looking for on Google. So there's a lot of interest suddenly in XRP, as we can see here. Now let's go back to the charts. So you probably remember in my previous video about XRP some weeks ago, I said there's a high probability that XRP eventually, by the end of this year, is going lower to significantly lower levels. Now, I should say that my expectation for XRP to go to lower levels was by the end of this year or perhaps by the beginning of next year. As you can see from this particular chart, I said, this is a screenshot of my video, by the way. As you can see from the screenshot, I said support at 0.41 and 0.35 have to break to confirm. Okay, this is very important, to confirm the downward move. So it's not just like I said, oh, okay, price is going to go down. No, price has to actually break support levels before we can be more confident, before we can have a high probability that price is ultimately going to head lower to the 2022 lows or 2023 lows. And that is important because price did not break. It did not break this key level of 0.35, which of course did not trigger. Okay, so we never had a trigger of that particular downward potential. So going back to our chart, this is XRP, and you can see, but I'm using a non-logarithmic chart here, a standard chart, because I want to see the trend lines better. And the Fibonacci levels and the levels on the chart show better when it's not logarithmic. So as you can see here, this is the trend line that I showed last time around. Now you can see that XRP, first of all, it broke it a few weeks ago. As you can see, it broke that. And it broke that level at 0.41. But then it quickly reversed back above the trend line, okay, as you can see there. So that was a false break. And typically false breaks can be bullish in nature. Not always, but usually a false break of a trend line like this and support levels, they can potentially be bullish in nature. Now we shall see. It's not clear just yet. But as you will see here, XRP never broke down. XRP did not break this important support level that I mentioned last time round, 0.35. And as I mentioned in my previous video, XRP would have to first break that level at 0.35 before I can turn bearish on XRP, before we can have a high probability that we're going lower to the lows of 2023 or 2022. Okay, so as you can see, that level did not break, and that's important because that means the bearish scenario never got triggered. Okay, so what does this mean now that XRP has rallied back above the trend line, and are there any clues on the chart right now that tell us perhaps a bottom is in for XRP? Well, you might actually be surprised to hear from me that there are some positive and indeed good signs on XRP, and I'll show you why. But let me first of all say this. As I said in my previous video, this entire rally that we had on XRP from 2022, this rally we had here on this crypto, from the lows of 2022 to the highs of last year, was extremely overlapping in nature. Okay, for example, as you can see, lots of overlapping structures like this, when the price just went nowhere. And these overlapping structures, like you see here, they're indicative of a corrective structure, a corrective pattern. And corrective patterns like this, very overlapping like this, they're not very good signs. of a potential uptrend. Okay, so that's a major problem we have at the moment on XRP. So, in other words, this entire rally at the moment is still a problem for me. Okay, and by the way, this entire drop also is problematic too, as I'll explain in a few moments. Okay, so nevertheless, despite that, let's have a look. Let's just zoom in on this chart, and you will see something quite interesting. Okay, this rally, the first question I always ask whenever there's a rally like this is, okay, fine, the price has gone up, but is the rally impulsive? Why? Because as we know from Elliott wave theory, in order for an uptrend to start, the first wave of the uptrend must be composed of 5 subwaves, or indeed 5 smaller waves, as you can see here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and notice they're not overlapping. The waves. So what I mean by that is, in an impulsive structure, okay, in an impulsive structure, waves 4 and waves 1 and 2 do not overlap. Okay, that's very important. So that is what we mean by an impulsive rally, a 5-wave rally, which must be followed by a corrective pullback, which usually pulls back by about 38.2% to 61.8% of the first rally. Okay, so that could be, in other words, what we have here is a wave 1, wave 2, then wave 2 completes. Okay, then when wave 2 completes, then we start the wave 3 to much higher levels. By the way, you'll notice that wave 3 is also composed of 5 smaller waves. So in other words, what we need to see on the chart, as I explained, is something like this. A wave 1, which is impulsive, followed by wave 2, and then to confirm that we are in an uptrend, what we need is for that next rally to take out, the next rally must take out the highs of wave 1 to indicate we're in a wave 3. Let's go to our chart of XRP. So this is their most recent rally in July on XRP. So the big question is this just like all previous rallies? Notice that previous rallies on XRP pretty much failed to get anything going, pretty much pump and dumps, like you see here. Went up, crashed, went up, and then dropped. Could this be like those other ones? Well, here's what we're going to do. Let's go and zoom in on this chart, and let's go to a lower time frame, like a 2-hour chart. Okay, and by the way, you can use a 1-hour chart if you want, doesn't matter. So this is a 2-hour chart of XRP, and the question I want to ask is, do we have an impulsive rally? It does appear like we probably do, which is a good sign. So this could be potentially a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, we do have 5 waves to the upside. So it is arguable, it is possible to say that this rally that started from the beginning of July could potentially be a wave 1, 2, 3. So we have 5 waves up, as we can see there, 4, 5. So this could potentially be a larger degree. I'll put this in red. This could potentially be a larger degree wave 1. Okay, and this drop here could also potentially be a larger degree wave 2. I'll get my pen. So in a nutshell, it's arguable to say that because we have a 5-wave rally here, this could be a wave 1, and this drop here could potentially be a wave 2. All right, potentially, or possibly. All right, by the way, remember, wave 2 could extend deeper as well. I mean, it's come to the 38.2% retracement. You can see it's come to the 38.2% retracement of the previous rally at 0.54, but it could extend a bit deeper, like to 0.5 to 0.47, which I'll see. Okay. The bottom line is, though, the good news is that this rally so far has been impulsive in nature. However, does this prove that XRP has bottomed, that we've started an uptrend? No, it does not. Because as you remember, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, let's go back to that chart. Okay, as I just mentioned, just because you have an impulsive rally, like you see here, it doesn't prove you've bottomed out or you're starting an uptrend. What you then need a correction, which can be shallow or deep, doesn't matter. But then what you need is a rally that takes out, the next rally must take out the high of wave 1. That has not happened. So let's go to our chart of XRP here. So far, so good. So far, I mean, we've had a nice rally, which appears to be, as I said, it looks impulsive in nature on the lower time frame structure. And even on a higher time frame, we can actually make this out. As I explained, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far, so good. This could potentially or possibly be wave 1. And this drop here could potentially or possibly be wave 2. And in case you're wondering why am I being very cautious, the reason is, as I just said, until XRP takes out the high here, this recent high, at approximately 0.64, 0.643, I think it was, more or less. Until it takes that level out, we still do not have a high probability that we've bottomed out. So if XRP can now take out, let's say it holds support at this range. So let's say, for example, it's coming into this range here for a potential wave 2. As long as XRP can stay above this important support, this yellow line, at 0.43, okay, which is a key support level, because below this level, I can no longer maintain the possibility that we're in a wave 2, okay? So just bear that in mind. If XRP were to drop below this yellow line, 0.43 or 0.42, then no. The odds become significantly lower that we're dealing with a wave 1 and 2, okay? So XRP needs to stay above this yellow line, this support, the 0.436, ideally. And if the price can then rally again from, let's say, within this range, and let's say if we can take out the prior high here, okay? So if XRP can now rally and take out the most recent high, ideally above 0.643 and above 0.65, for example, then the odds increase that we may potentially have bottomed. Please don't become confident that just because we have a 5-wave rally, that therefore it's bottomed out, that therefore it's a done deal, and therefore we're definitely going higher. No, I need confirmation. We don't yet have confirmation, okay? All I'm saying is a positive sign so far. It's a good sign. So as we can see, XRP has come up to that trend line resistance, got rejected from that level. It dropped from that level. So we shall see what happens here. So what we need in a nutshell is now for XRP to take out that most recent high resistance, about 0.64, 0.643 approximately there. Okay, and let's see what happens. If we can get above that level impulsively, by the way, I would also prefer these highs to be taken out too. You may remember in the video I did with Charlie Burton, I mentioned these levels, about 0.72, 0.75 approximately. So I would prefer if XRP, if it took out this high, let's say it took out this recent high there at about 0.64, for example, I would also need to see follow through, ideally above, again, 75 cents, even 72 cents or 0.72, 0.74, just to increase the likelihood that indeed we bottomed out, okay? I should say though that if XRP indeed did take out this level, this most recent high, impulsively, this most recent high, about 64, 0.64 here, that also would be a good sign, a positive sign, because we're breaking this trend line, this downtrend line. So a break at this level, if it happens, would be a positive sign in itself. All I'm saying is just to increase the probabilities further, I would want to see follow through above 0.72, 0.75, okay? That level, because that would also increase the likelihood that indeed we've bottomed out. Okay, so far so good. And let's just see what happens. At the moment, I'm going to keep an open mind. One of the reasons why the chart of XRP was looking quite negative and bearish when it was over here was because the momentum was increasing significantly to the downside. But look at this, momentum is now reversed in the opposite direction. Now, we'll see if it lasts. Too early to call, okay? So momentum at the moment seems to be reversing from negative to less negative on this histogram chart. But again, it's too soon to make that call, because as you can see here, if I just zoom in here, and you'll see why, because we need to break that resistance. We haven't broken resistance just yet. So I want to see some signs that XRP actually wants to show to us, persuade us that it's bottoming here by taking out, and I'm sorry I'm putting this point again, but again, 0.64, 0.643, that trend line resistance must break before we can actually adopt a much more bullish view on XRP. Let's wait and see what happens. And this is why we need to be patient for a breakout, because if XRP, this is very important, if XRP instead were to break down below 0.43, near the lows it made here, okay, then forget it. A breakdown, if XRP was to drop and break down below 0.43 and 0.42, then forget that potential, forget that bullish scenario, because that would mean a likely strong decline for the bearish scenario that I mentioned in my previous video. Indeed, potentially testing the lows of 2021 and 2022, if that support gets broken. If 0.38 gets broken, or the 0.42 in that as well, that would increase risk to significantly lower levels. Yeah, potentially to the lows of 2021 and 2022. So please bear that in mind. So that's why we need to be patient and wait. Let's wait and see what XRP, what Ripple here decides. However, guys, before I finish the video, let me just say one more time that because the most recent rally we had on XRP here was impulsive, composed of 5 smaller waves, and as long as price remains above this support and take out the prior high, it does look good. So it's a positive, promising sign in XRP. As I mentioned, we just need confirmation by taking out resistance. Let's wait and see what happens here. Okay, that's basically what I have. By the way, I know there's going to be some trolls, some really uneducated, really ignorant people out there saying in the comments, oh, Alessio is saying it's going to go up and it's going to go down. If there are any of those ignorant nincompoops out there, all I would say to them is that you're not listening. Okay, if all you've heard in this video is price is going to go up, price is going to go down, that means you've not been paying attention. That means you understand nothing about probabilities and you're just embarrassing yourself in front of everyone. All right, guys, hope this video helps. Thanks so much indeed. Bye for now.
See you, dude. My guy, Alessio, not holding any punches. Not holding any punches. So there that is there. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So many failed rallies, so frustrating, Legendary. Indeed. The market does what the market does. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I've been watching Legendary since you turned me on to him. See, yep, there you go. There you go. So look, this is what it is. And again, I like listening to Alessio because she's just a global trader. He's not crypto this and this particular this, and it's the big picture. I think that's important. I think that's hugely important to kind of get that perspective. So we know we got a sense, right? We got a sense for whether or not the bottom is in or not. In other words, we have not got that confirmation yet that the bottom is in. It's looking good, but we haven't got the confirmation yet that the bottom is in. 65 cents. Can we break through that resistance? Ideally, he said 72 to 74% would give him more conviction that the bottom is in for XRP. So in the end, we got to make sure we do not go below 43 cents and 42 cents. And we have to, at a minimum, break through the resistance of 64.5, 65 cents to give us some measure of confirmation, that the bottom is in for XRP. All right, fam. So listen, there it is. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you guys checking in. So we're going to look for that. We're going to pay attention to that. And in the meanwhile, we're looking for more and more news about the XRPL and liquidity incentive event coming from Ripple X, which means that we got to first hear something about the remedies case, the remedies phase of the SEC versus Ripple case. We got to get it over with. Just, get it over with. Just take your L, SEC. Take your L, baby. Take your little 50, 60, 70 mil, whatever. Take the L and move on. Forget the appeals. Done. We got to get that. We have to get that. And I'm so glad he mentioned the fact about, news and, this happened in terms of the price of XRP. The markets are not rational. We got to look at the charts, see what the charts are going to say when we get that confirmation from the charts. We can begin to do what it is that we do, even if we have the fundamentals like this community does well into the fundamentals. The charts tell the whole story. The charts tell the whole story. And by the way, could it possibly be that Ripple has laid all the plumbing that they need with those global 80 or 90 global markets set up? It's all set up. Could that possibly be? I don't know. And thus now they're coming onto the ledger. We don't know. But we're going to find out here for sure. Pyro Jeff, what's going on, my guy? What's up, man? Jeffrey XRP here. Oh, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing outstanding, brother. Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate you checking in on a Saturday evening. So there it is, fam. I think I got to make dinner. I think I may. Oh, maybe no, maybe not. All right, family. Thank you so much, Pyro Jeff and Legendary. The Blue Renters are here. Gary, I thank you so much for checking in. Move accordingly. I miss you checking in, my guy. Hope you're well. Paul Bogo and Jordan was here for a minute. I don't know. Was he trolling? I'm not sure. No, Cockwell, appreciate you checking in. A. Joseph C, my guy, appreciate you being here. And as always, guys, I'm going to end this live stream. Hit that like for me. That would be super, super cool. If you didn't do so on the way in, no worries. Do so on the way out. That'd be awesome. We try to get as many likes in the live stream as we have viewers in the stream. So that'd be awesome. And if you've been happening to listen to and watch the Crypto Siege and you're in that little 45, 50% of people or so that haven't subscribed yet, if you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're on a mission to lower that number to 50%, get that thing down to about 25%, and you can do your part to make that happen. I'm going to end this live stream like I do all my live streams and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.